Got it all tied down, but you know, it's never safe until you flick it. That sucker ain't going nowhere. All right guys, welcome back to the channel. We got the 140 out, loaded up on the trailer, just went to the car wash with it. Got it relatively cleaned up. I definitely missed some spots the closer I look. Looks all right, so you can tell we really do have some paint issues with it. I still haven't decided whether or not I'm going to paint it. I'm leaning more towards not doing that, but take a look. All looks pretty good, cleaned up. I think a battery exploded at one point, so you can see all that there. And then that acid ran down here and went down the frame rail. That's definitely a bummer. I'm not super pumped about that. So who knows, maybe we do take everything apart and get the frame powder coated or something. But for now, let's get this thing off the trailer. So a couple other things I've been working on behind the scenes is the wiring harness. Got that a little bit better. Redid most of it. And it's looking pretty good. I didn't want to put it on there yet just because I knew I was going to wash it. And I did not want the brand new wiring harness getting all covered in grease. So we'll throw that in this video. We'll get this thing a little bit more buttoned up. I'm kind of debating on pulling the engine out just to get a good clean on it. And it kind of seems like some of it is in pretty rough shape, but who knows? We'll see where it goes. Now that we have the loader on the big tractor, we'll use that to get it off. A little bit easier than when we first bought it. Had to slide it off and push it through the snow. I tell you, these little furniture dollies have been great to me. I use them for just about everything. You got the blower on it, 110, and the snowmobile on it. And the 140. They're pretty cheap. You go to Harbor Freight, get them. They go like 14 bucks or something a piece. So we're gonna dive into the wiring harness itself and building that out. This was pretty fun to make, but I figured it would be a very boring video if I only did this. All right guys, so we're gonna start feeding our wiring harness through, start getting everything a little bit more secured and permanent really. Well, originally from factory it came from behind here and then went down the side of this side panel here. Well, I suppose our only option is to go up this way. I think that's our best bet. So we'll go ahead and plug this guy in. That's the heart of it right there. We've got our blue wire, which is gonna go to our neutral switch. Right here. This is going to be for our future lights. We don't have them currently, so that will go, let's just set that aside. We'll go from around back. So the light switch goes right in this hole here, right over there. So this will allow us to plug right into that. Perfect. Now all of these wires go. Yeah, we're gonna route it. So the battery tray sits right here. So all this is gonna be covered up anyway, but we are gonna go ahead and just route it this way. Right here, a red wire. This is gonna go down to the circuit breaker. I'm not gonna bolt this up because I've got a new one coming. So you don't need that yet. Let me grab some of the other pieces. This goes, no, excuse me, that does not go to the circuit breaker. To the ammeter, duh. Okay, so we're there. I am gonna route this behind just to make that a little cleaner. Here's our circuit breaker wire. This is gonna go underneath and behind, like so. All right. And then what else do we have? We need from our neutral switch down to our start solenoid. Let me go grab that. All right. Throw that on there. This comes down to the bottom of our start solenoid. Perfect. Got that all done. And I will come back through and get all this stuff cleaned up. I just want to get it laid out to see where everything's going to live. And then from there, we'll go ahead and put some zip ties. I wonder, I'm going to set the battery tray in here and I want to see if it sits on this bracket here. Because if it does, then I'm going to have to run these wires around it. If it doesn't, I can run these right on top and get them over to the other side like I want. And of course, this is not cleaned yet, so I want to be very careful. Yeah, it looks like that does sit right above it. A little too close for me to want to put those wires on top of it. I wonder, why don't we just put it on the throttle cable? Zip tie it to the throttle cable and then follow that down, because that's right here. So we could just put those right on there, just like so. Yeah, that'll work. Let's jump to the other side. Got a couple things over here. We've got our voltage regulator. Get that plugged in. Good deal. And the wires go down and around the coil, and those are going to plug into there eventually. I don't have this one done yet. From our points, this goes up to our coil here, just like so. And I don't have any of the nuts yet. I need to run into town and grab some more nuts. Traditionally, this is what John Deere used for connectors on these. They're like a little barrel. I can't seem to find them. And I don't necessarily plan on removing these all that often, so I want to put a nut on there, make sure they're a little bit more secure for longevity and whatnot. So down here, this wire is for, let me see if I can get it out. This wire here is not done because that's for our PTO clutch. I'm not going to hook that up. Not too worried about it. And we're also missing our condenser, which is up on the bench. So that's why this is sideways like that. Okay. So we got that for the most part routed. I'm going to go ahead and clean up all of this before I tackle any of this stuff. Before you guys come jumping on my head, yes, I am going to be using self-tappers for this. This is not super critical. All it's doing is holding some wires. And again, I'm not going off or going for a frame off restoration for this thing. Right into the steering shaft. So now that we got that done, we can go ahead and get our self-tapper ready, which don't jump on my head about, but that's what I'm going to use. And get our little holder in. Oh, it's a sign. We shouldn't use any self-tappers. If it makes it any better, makes you feel any better anyways, I am using stainless self-tappers, so. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so now we need to get all these wires all bundled up with the throttle cable. So if you guys haven't figured it out yet, I'm not an expert on these things. I'm really more or less just, I picked this up for free and started to get obsessed with it from there. So I'm sure there are some experts out there that know more about this thing than I do. And if you're one of those guys, please let me know. All right, so for that, I'm pretty happy with it. Let's go through and cut all of our zip ties back, get them all cleaned up. Yeah, I think that'll work out good. Now again, guys, I did not wire this like original. I don't think that that's necessary for what I'm doing. That's all cleaned up, good there. So now we're gonna jump to the side of the engine, get all this wrapped up, start making that last plug that we need, and just getting everything finalized here. Okay guys, so we've got some good progress on this thing so far. This is a good day's work. I'm about done for the day. What we have left is we need to hook up from our start solenoid. We also need to replace the circuit breaker, and then we need to redo all this wiring to the battery. That stuff's all pretty simple. I just don't have the material yet. It's still in the mail. So waiting on that to come in, but you can see what we've done so far. Pretty good progress. Still need to get our light switch in. We'll have to run our wiring to our lights from there. My headlights are both bad, so I need to order some new ones. And those are quite expensive. So if you know of anyone that has some, wants to get rid of them, as well as the headlight bezel in the front, let me know. I'm more or less hooking up the lights for future use. I'm probably not going to throw headlights on this anytime soon, only because I think the light bezel, a cracked light bezel, for example, is like $300. And that's just not going to do it for me. But yeah, anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video. We had some good fun with this one. Using the 3320 to lift it up onto the trailer was kind of fun. I didn't damage anything, I don't think. I'm sure we'll find out someday. New videos every week, so come back, check them out. And give me a like, comment, subscribe if you wouldn't mind. It helps out a lot. But thanks. We'll see you next time.